beautiful sweet babies. So today I'm going to be explaining the Chrisean Rock and James Wright Chanel situation that happened at the Tamar Braxton concert. So if you guys are unaware, over the course of almost about a week, it's been literally about 4 days or maybe 5, we've been talking about this situation. And I wanted to give it a chance for everybody to kind of speak out before I spoke out on it. So now we're going to pretty much put all of the pieces together, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts at the end like always. So everything pretty much started with this guy, Leroy Davis, speaking out, and he pretty much expressed that Chrisean Rock was violent towards James Wright Chanel. He had pretty much taken to his Insta story and he was flooding it with information of Chrisean Rock and how she's so violent, a pig, all of these different types of slanderous words. So it was really just an ongoing rant of him constantly stating multiple different things about Chrisean. He had pretty much clocked James Wright's tea on Chrisean before he could even do it. But after hearing this, we all were really in disbelief, like, no, there couldn't have been a reason that this happened. Like, why would this happen? That's when we started to see footage come out that Chrisean Rock was indeed at Tamar's concert. But then this clip went around where we all seen that Chrisean and Tamar were sharing the stage with one another. So then we started to think that what Mr. Leroy Davis or Latroy, whatever his name is, there was at least some sort of validity in what he was saying. So then we pretty much knew that it was only a matter of time before Chrisean spoke out or showed her face in regards to this to kind of bring some sort of light to this situation. Pretty much all Chrisean did was went on her Insta story, showed herself listening to music, and put up the middle finger. And we all know that for Chrisean, that means a lot. Clearly somebody pissed her off. So then after that, she responds and says, I don't get disrespectful till you get disrespectful. So pretty much kind of quoting Blueface low-key just a little bit. So then she goes on Instagram Live to try to clear the air and explain everything from her point of view. She pretty much states that she doesn't understand why people were storytelling. Then she pretty much called everybody clout chasers and liars. After that, more information started coming out as the day went on. Actually, during this moment, we seen that Chrisean was kind of harassing and in the personal space of one of Tamar's background singers. And James was actually also present at this moment as well. So as you guys could see over here, the background dancer is actually moving her arm away from her because Chrisean's trying to put her arm around the background dancer as if they know each other. And child, this was extremely funny, but pretty much everybody was talking about how Toni Braxton even looked extremely uncomfortable when Chrisean came around as well. As you could see, Toni's face is giving, I'm disgusted with you. It's giving, I don't even know why we're in the same room with each other. And it was also giving, girl, what are you even doing? So mind you guys, while all of this information is coming forth and we're seeing all of these surface clips, we're also still hearing from Mr. Latroy or Leroy Davis, and he's pretty much expressing how he wants Chrisean locked up, thrown away with the key, and how he's going to pretty much end this girl because of what she has done for James, or to James. That's when Chrisean announced the next day that she was going to deactivate all of her pages and she would see everybody later and God bless. Then she also came back and stated that she was going to change her number as well. As you guys could see, Leroy Davis is still commenting on things and he said, that's not going to stop the police from getting you because the police report is already filed. But soon after her tweeting those cryptic messages, she deactivated her page. But I just want to mention one thing. Chrisean still had access to social media because she had told everybody to go and follow her on Snapchat. So I think she's going to start trying to be more active over there. And she still had the Lil Baby's page open as well. So I'm talking about Chrisean Jr., not Lil Baby for real. Oh. But she still had, Chrisean Jr.'s page up and active. So she was still able to see everything that people would post, but just from Chrisean Jr.'s page. So once things kind of died down with Chrisean, that's when, Tommy came forth and spoke on this situation as well in regards to the Chrisean moment at Tamar Braxton's concert. So Tommy pretty much just tried to say, like, if Chrisean wasn't there, will we really have even been talking about Tamar Braxton's concert in the first place? So she made it seem as if, Tamar Braxton was kind of just a little bit clout chasing off of the name of Chrisean. So then Tamar Braxton comes forth, she speaks out, and she confirms that James Wright Chanel was actually, beaten, and it was by the hands of Chrisean Rock. And she was pretty much stating that she was, on James's side and justice for James, and that was that. Now, of course, Carlissa had to speak out in regards to the situation because anything tied to Blueface, she's going to speak on it. So she pretty much was saying that, Chrisean actually wanted to get violent towards Tamar, and it should have been her that she messed up instead of James. Tamar actually responds and expresses all the things that James Wright had that was wrong with him after the dealings of Chrisean. So his face was completely rearranged and his teeth were effed up as well. So that's when Tamar finds wind that Tommy Lee was speaking on her. So she pretty much says, like, she's not finna go back and forth with somebody that's in love with the Coco. And, she's going to continue to keep doing her at the end of the day. Of course, Tamar didn't drop the name of the person that she was coming for, but we all knew it was Tommy because she said the girl's name started with a T, talking about somebody that's in love with the Coco. We all know that it's been allegations that Tommy's been in love with the Coco. So, yeah, that's when Tommy comes back and says, you need to address me, Muppet Girl or Muppet Baby. Because we all know that Tamar's been associated with looking like a Muppet. And Tommy started laughing. So then Tamar comes back and says that she's still, at least a poppin' person and a reality star. She's not only getting 2,500 per episode off no little bitty show, and pretty much just dragged Tommy in the mud. Rudder for filth, honey. After that, we hear back from James Wright, and you can clearly hear in his voice that his teeth are completely gone. He confirms it as well, and that he was at the dentist getting his teeth fixed. Then he explains that the reason that he was in this situation in the first place, it really was no reason, because Chrisean didn't do this for a reason. That's when we hear back from Chrisean, and she pretty much says, like, go ahead and press the charges. I'm going to be safe because I'm going to be safe by God or whatever. So then DJ Sky tried to, gain clout off of this situation as well by going live and talking about the situation as well. Of course, Chrisean's siblings did the same thing and talking about all the things they're going to do to Tamar and her team. And then that's when Tamar's tour manager actually spoke out on the situation as well. And he actually expressed that, the police report is filed and it is currently public record. He actually gave a breakdown of everything that happened as well. And I'm very inclined to believe him. All while this entire thing was happening, Mr. LaTroy Davis, he pretty much was getting unfollowed by everybody. No longer followed by James, no longer followed by Tamar either. So I'm not sure exactly if he's fired or what, but it seems like nobody wants to have nothing to do with him. Ciao, now that we got that out the way, here's my thoughts. So when it comes down to it, justice for James. He truly did not deserve this. He was just a bystander, doing his job and being where he was supposed to be. When it comes to Chrisean, I don't truly want to blame her. At the end of the day, we know this girl is very slow and she does not comprehend that well. So maybe she really did think that she was supposed to perform because they were literally setting everything up as if she was going to perform. I truly do think that this is all Tamar's fault. She pretty much did some things behind the scenes that the people around her were not privy to. Everybody else on her tour that she was name dropping, they performed and they had appearances that they were actively doing. But yeah, when it came down to Chrisean, she didn't perform at all. And they were all R&B singers and Chrisean was just one out of the box. At the end of the day, Chrisean does have to take accountability and deserves jail time. Also, I don't think that Tamar's clout chasing off of Chrisean. She has her own clout, so Tommy needs to cool it. Chrisean's friends are the real clout chasers. But that's my opinion.